Thank you very much and welcome to our discussion tonight. I'm Jesse Greene. I'm Senior Fellow at the Richman Center here at Columbia University. Welcome to another in the Richman Center Public Lecture Series. The Richman Center is a joint venture of Columbia Law School and Columbia Business School. The center fosters dialogue and debate on emerging policy questions where business and markets intersect with the law. Tonight we're going into a core topic, and I'm pleased to see all of you here on a topic that I spent part of my career working on. Tax policy and tax legislation under the new Trump administration. I would just like to comment about the tax legislation. The last major U.S. tax reform was in 1986. At that time, I was a tax attorney with IBM Credit Corporation, a 5-year-old wholly owned subsidiary of IBM. And leading up to that tax law change, we financed computers, airplanes, coal-fired power plants, oil drilling rigs, and even chicken coops. Yes, if it was a movable property and the rental price was right, we would finance it and use the tax benefits. With the change in tax law, with a 10% investment tax credit, short depreciable lives, high tax rates, a big tax base, and 80% deal leverage, returns of up to 40% return on equity were possible. As the tax legislation moved through Congress, I spent 2 years monitoring the tax legislation, working with our Washington office on making sure the corporation was protected and had the right input to that process, advising management on the pending ideas, and their impact on our business. The 86 Act dropped the ITC, lowered the tax rate, instituted the alternative minimum tax, among many changes. It materially changed our business strategy. It made the U.S. tax system competitive, maybe even a leader in its day. So here we are again, maybe. So what changes may we be facing this time, and what are the potential impacts? That is what we want to discuss tonight. We will start with a discussion of the corporate side and then talk about individuals later in the discussion. I'm going to ask Michael, if you could, to get us started with a perspective on the uncompetitiveness of the U.S. system today and what problem are we trying to solve with the tax changes?